Secretary Clinton, you recently came out to say that all rape victims should be believed, but would you say that about Johnita Broderick, Kathleen Wiley, and or Paula Jones? Should we believe them as well?
Well, I would say that everybody should be believed at first until they are disbelieved based on evidence.
Boy, she looked uncomfortable there. That was Hillary Clinton, the Democratic presidential candidate for the nomination of the Democratic Party, being asked at a town hall about 3 women who have accused with great credibility Bill Clinton of either raping or sexually harassing them. Boy, she looked uncomfortable talking about that. Joining us now via Skype to talk about Hillary Clinton and her problem with women and Bill is Roger Stone, a Republican strategist who's been working in that party for decades. He used to be with the Trump campaign, and now he is the author of 2 new books. One of them that's out in the market right now is called The Clintons' War on Women. And later this month, just to prove he's an equal opportunity critic, he has a book called Jeb and the Bush Crime Family. That's coming out too. 2 very controversial subjects. Mr. Stone, welcome to the show.
I'm delighted to be here to talk to you about the Bush-Clinton crime syndicate, because both these families are elites who have many dirty deeds behind them and the American people don't know about. And with both of them vying for the presidency, although Jeb's candidacy appears to be somewhat moribund, I think the American people need to know this is, as you know, a central question. The media is now asking, they asked Ben Carson in the debate last night, is Bill Clinton's sexual past fair game for this campaign? Well, it is, because it regards Hillary, who's an accessory after the fact in the cover-up of Bill's sex crimes. It's Hillary who hires the heavy-handed private detectives to terrorize Bill's victims into silence, into not testifying in response to a subpoena or not going public. In some case, they're girlfriends who Bill has dumped and who they're afraid might go public about their partying with Bill. In other cases, there's women that he has savagely assaulted, exposed himself to in a aroused state, or tried to rape and bite. He's bitten 3 of his female victims, which is a classic disabling move for rapists. Because a woman covers her bleeding face and stops covering her genitals. So this is the definitive expose of Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton, and it is Bill's past is therefore directly relevant. So when Don Lemon cut off Kurt Schlichter, a commentator who I like very much, a guy who tells it like it is, and said that this was fair game, Lemon said, no, whatever Bill did is irrelevant to Hillary. The mainstream media would like this to be about marital infidelity, adultery, Bill's cheating. It's not about those things. It's about something far darker.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. I mean,
it's about sexual assault.
Hillary Clinton was able to turn these things to her advantage by making herself the victim. Oh, I'm the victim because Bill cheated on me, but I'm showing that I'm made of sterner stuff. I'll stand, resolutely, and I'll actually get sympathy because I was cheated on. But as you point out, cheating is one thing, but many of these women, you heard the 3 names there, Kathleen Wiley, Juanita Broderick, the other names escape me right now, but there's a whole list, including Paula Jones, for example, Jennifer Flowers, the list goes on. Some of those were consensual affairs. Monica Lewinsky is probably on the consensual side of things, although she was in a subordinate position, barely out of her teens.
Yes.
But in the actual cases of rape and assault, Hillary wasn't the victim. As you say, she was part of the cover-up as the 2 Clintons ascended to power.
Well, and whether she was whether the relationship with Lewinsky is consensual or not, it's Hillary who launches the Nuts and Sluts campaign from her East Wing office to destroy the credibility of Lewinsky, as if it is this 22-year-old's intern's fault that Bill, a veteran hound dog, has seduced her into giving him oral sex. as if that's her fault. Her character is disparaged. The fact that she's mentally destroyed, which is what they tried to do, saying that she was a stalker, that she was trash. So no, I think her role there is still significant. Yeah. Hillary is running the mop up. Of that, there is no doubt.
Yeah. You know, what's so interesting is that when Hillary Clinton launched her campaign, I mean, obviously her campaign's been going on for many years, but last year when it started to launch formally, in so many ways, she said, I mean, we're showing images of her at Emily's List right now, which is a feminist political organization to get women into politics. So many times she said, isn't it time we had a woman in the White House? That's really her chief campaign promise. I mean, she didn't have a track record of great legislative change when she was in the Senate. Her tour of duty as Secretary of State can only be called a disaster from Benghazi on. I mean, Benghazi merely being the most memorable of the disasters. Her campaign is, I'm a woman, so vote for me because I'm a woman. Donald Trump has brought back these issues. You used to work with Donald Trump. You're still friends with him. Donald Trump has brought back these things about Bill and Hillary Clinton in a way that no other conservative critic has been able to lay a glove on the Clintons in a decade. How has Trump been able to bring these issues back when no one else could lay a glove on the Clintons before?
The same reason, interestingly enough, that Trump was able to eject the Barack Obama birther issue, which was largely ignored by the mainstream press. Without getting distracted into a discussion about the birth of Barack Obama, you can't deny that issue reached the mainstream consciousness because Donald Trump used his celebrity, the fact that he was an A-list celebrity, to bring it up in the public arena. So it is with Hillary. So they play nice with the Bushes and the Rubios and the others inside the political class. Trump doesn't play nice. He plays to win. And he realizes, he knows Bill, he knows Bill's playmates. And he knows that Bill and that Hillary has facilitated and enabled and covered up Bill's actual crimes, as well as terrorizing women even when there is no crime. But because they might embarrass the Clintons. Hillary uses an army of thugs. She hires Jack Palladino. She hires Anthony Pellicano. She hires Ivan Duda. She hires Jerry Parks, all private detectives, heavy-handed guys who run terror campaigns. They slash tires, break windows, break into homes, leave bullets on the seats of the car, strangle pets, leave them on the front doorstep or the back porch, pardon me.
These are very tough accusations you're making. I have not read your book. I've read summaries of it and I've read reviews of it. I have not read it, so I have not examined your book. You're saying very dramatic things here. Do you cite evidence? Do you cite sources for the dramatic things you've just said?
Yes. I mean, look, the book has 300 pages of source notes and probably 587 footnotes. I ask, yes, I'm a partisan. I'm not a fan of Hillary. I admit this. But the mainstream media has missed this story. There's been 157 biographies of the Clintons, and they have missed the story, a true story of rape, sexual assault, cover-up, lies, strong-arm tactics, greed, drug use, drug trafficking, murder, and duplicity, and really epic greed. I mean, just incredible, epic corruption and greed.
Does your book deal with the Clinton foundations and the millions of dollars they receive from places like Qatar and other Arab?
Yeah, the Clinton Foundation is not a charity. The Clinton Foundation is a slush fund for grifters. It's a vehicle for the facilitation of multi-million-dollar bribes. It is a pay-for-play cesspool. Chelsea Clinton is the chief operating officer. If you pay, you play. Foreign nations and companies and shady individuals are buying influence at the Clinton State Department. This is what the missing emails would show if they hadn't been destroyed. The nexus between the Clinton State Department and the Clinton Foundation. And therein, I think, lies the crux of the corruption. So as you point out, she's a terrible record on women. Her whole women's equality thing is a ruse. No place where she was in charge, not the U.S. Senate, not the State Department, not the Clinton Foundation, are women paid as much as men. So that's a ruse. She says that she is an advocate for children, but she is the one who gives the go order for the infanticide at Waco, where 18 children under 8 are brutally murdered by the federal government. Hillary gives that order to her handpicked Attorney General, Janet Reno, and her handpicked Deputy Attorney General, her lover, Webster Hubbell.
Now, you're saying dramatic things,
and
and I know you've said that Webster Hubbell is the father of Chelsea Clinton. I've seen you juxtapose the photos, and it's persuasive. But these, I mean, you say so many things, Mr. Stone, that are so persuasive to me. Things that I know about already through other sources. But you said the phrase murder there, and you say that Webb Hubbell is the father of Chelsea Clinton, and I find you compelling, but those are awfully dramatic things to say. Other than speculation, do you have a basis for that?
Yeah, no, I would admit that what I have is a compelling case for Hillary being, for Chelsea being Bill's daughter, which is circumstantial. Read my circumstantial case and look at the evidence. I think you'll reach that conclusion. In the question of Danny Williams, however, the abandoned, rejected, mixed-race African-American son of Bill Clinton, I have learned definitively that the DNA tests in 1999 that were put forward by the Clinton spin machine, theoretically to absolve Bill in the birth of Danny Williams with a coke-addicted black prostitute from Little Rock, Bobby Ann Williams, were a fraud. They were never real. Bill, if Black Lives Matter, Danny Williams' life matters. I really traced this story, and I proved that it was Hillary who banished young Danny Williams, while Bill was having a state trooper deliver Christmas presents to the small shack where Danny lived every Christmas behind Hillary's back. It's Hillary who banishes their son, where the Clintons, who tell us it takes a village, and Hillary tells us how to take care of our babies, don't take care of their own son. Bill is a deadbeat dad. In fact, he's a deadbeat granddad. He has 5 grandchildren. They struggle to eat this Thanksgiving, this Christmas. Bill Clinton is worth $100 million. He should do the right thing.
You've been very generous with your time. I have 2 more questions I want to ask before I let you go. The first is...
I really like being with you, and you have incisive questions, so let's do it.
Well, thank you. Huma Abedin, I see that the same courts that have ordered Hillary Clinton to disgorge emails that she had thought she had deleted permanently have ordered that, I think if I'm recalling the number, 29,000 emails from Huma Abedin, who is Hillary Clinton's closest aide and advisor. The 29,000 pages of her emails will be released. What do you suspect we'll see in those emails?
Well, they could potentially be a bombshell, or perhaps Huma is smart enough not to put certain things in writing. Look, there are very strange things here. Huma Abedin has deep ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. Her parents are adherents to the Muslim Brotherhood. Her brothers are adherents to the Muslim Brotherhood. She is the editor of a journal in college that is funded by the Muslim Brotherhood's founder. How she has a security clearance is amazing to me. She has seen top secret documents and classified documents in Hillary's email feed. She's allowed, as no one else has, a special waiver to collect another paycheck at Teneo, which is a lobbying firm, a Clinton-connected lobbying firm where Bill is secretly representing foreign nations for big dollars. The only president in history who's been willing to do that. Not Jimmy Carter, not Richard Nixon, not Lyndon Johnson. No president went on the payroll of a foreign power and sold his ex-presidency like Bill Clinton. And then Huma is allowed to grab a third paycheck from the $2 billion global fraud that is the Clinton Foundation. Now, if you've read Peter Schweizer's epic book, The Clinton Cash, it is written up till that time. We now know so much more about this what may be the largest organized crime swindle in American history. The Clintons are sucking money out through foreign entities where there is no transparency, so they set up satellite charities where they don't have to report things.
Let me ask you about...
the coffers are really open with illegal dollars. The Clinton Foundation filings at the IRS and in the states are permeated with fraud. Several state attorney generals, Republicans, are looking into investigating. So this is going to develop as a very significant issue.
Well, help me understand. Huma Abedin, I've seen the ties between her and the Muslim Brotherhood. We know that Hillary Clinton leans that way as well. Huma Abedin married a Jewish ex-congressman named Anthony Weiner. What's that all about? Why would a Jew from New York and Huma Abedin get married? Is it a fake marriage? I mean, we know Anthony Weiner was showing his private parts on social media and picking up dates. But what's that marriage all about?
Well, one has to wonder if it's a marriage of convenience. Was the marriage to a Jewish congressman, a high-profile Jewish congressman, a cover for an agent for the Muslim Brotherhood or some other foreign intelligence agency? I just, look, Chelsea, I do a 10 best and worst dressed list every year, Mr. Stone's International Best and Worst Dressed list. Huma made the best list. She's always looked chic. She always looks exotic. She's very well dressed. Whether it's a UN cocktail party or a Muslim Brotherhood cell meeting, she always looks exquisite. Hillary, on the other hand, wears a brown, like hopsack or sackcloth pantsuit to a debate. Anyone who would wear brown on TV doesn't understand the dynamics of color and what she looks good in. It was a travesty. So she easily made the worst dress list. She wore a coat. The material looked like a worn-out sofa. It was horrific.
Why are you taking a run at Jeb Bush? Is it to show that you're nonpartisan, that you're an equal opportunity critic? Is it to clear the way of the man you thought would have been Donald Trump's primary opponent? Is it because you got a beef? Why you take a run at Jeb?
Well, there's two reasons. First of all, there are two books out in the marketplace, one by a fellow named John Meacham, which is the approved biography, the biography that George H.W. Bush and his whole family cooperated with. It's a fiction, a whitewash. It erases all the very serious questions about Bush's intelligence connections and the nefarious dirty deeds he was involved in. Then secondarily, there is a book by Bush 43 on Bush 41, a short book, clearly not written by 41 himself, another whitewash that misses the strange connections to the Kennedy assassination, the early service for the CIA in the Bay of Pigs, the bad memory about where he was on the day of the assassination, his role in moving drugs through Mena, Arkansas, as a part of Iran-Contra where he was the head of a task force, the death of Barry Seal, the death of DeMoring Shield. These things, which are of historical note when examining Bush, are all missing from both of these books. So I have written not just the story of Jeb, who is a child of privilege and elitism, who's more like his mother than his father, kind of laconic, haughty, arrogant, kind of a cold guy. Whereas George W. is more like his father, easygoing, goofy. That goofy quality in the case of George H.W. Bush masks a fierce determination, an incredible ambition, huge drive, a lot of corner cutting. So my book is a book of privilege, elitism, connections, oil, intelligence ties to the CIA, the Saudis. It is a story of drugs, assassination, adultery, gay callboys. It is a very lurid tale of life inside the Bush dynasty.
Incredible. Roger Stone, you've been extremely generous with your time. So interesting, very controversial. You acknowledge that some of your thoughts are speculation, but you do tell me you have hundreds of footnotes. I will read your books because you have been too tantalizing for me not to. I've enjoyed our conversation even without the benefit of having read it. I thank you so much for your time, sir.
I appreciate it, and I apologize for our delays. It's been great to be with you.
No problem. Thank you so much. That's Roger Stone.